And now it's spring, so my ideas are always so nice, sharp, inventive, and the dreams I have are tender. Everything is rose-colored. That is a quote from the book Poor People by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I have my matcha with me, and I have my notes. This is going to be a little prelude to spring, including my notes on winter, a little media recap, the media that I've consumed in winter, of course only the notable ones, because we'd be here forever if I discussed all of the media that I consumed in December. Let's start with my notes on winter. First note from winter is that I started reading again after 2 years of not doing so. Why I stopped, I do not know, but my favorite book from before was A Picture of Dorian Gray. As of early spring, I feel like a baby reader again, but I really like the taste in books that I've developed so far. I developed an obsession with the color olive green and an aversion to laptops. The obsession with olive green, I cannot tell you why, but with the aversion to the laptop, I was just sitting on my table one day and I was typing up something and I just went like, ugh, this is so unromantic. So I stopped using my laptop altogether. Next, I started memory keeping. I talk about this more in depth in my upcoming journal video, where I talk about my purpose for journaling and how I do it, my different journals, because I have like a whole system. I have a substantial stack of journals that I just talk about, but essentially I started documenting my daily life, no matter how uneventful it is, in order to take the ephemeral nature of a moment and turn it into something permanent and tangible. Next note is that I dreamed of plants all winter, and I just dreamed of filling my room with plants, and I'm happy that I have three because I just went to my mom's and she bought me 3 orchids that I brought here, and I'm going to be putting them in my room soon. If you've watched my previous videos, my room was not like this before. I rearranged the furniture in order to cater to more plants. And I wrote a lot in winter. 3/4 of this journal was filled in winter, and I'm actually finished with it already. And of course this is a direct result. This is not a vape. It's a remote for the camera. And of course this is a direct result of my decision to start memory keeping. In addition to that, I also write about the books that I read, my experience with them, what I liked and disliked about them. I started cleaning with a broom, like a physical broom, and like the Filipino ones. I'm gonna insert a picture. I love these brooms. There's just something so satisfying with seeing all of the dirt that's accumulated from your like little sweeping session. And also the tactile aspect of just feeling the bristles of the broom brush on the floor, and you're feeling the vibrations of that through holding the handle of the broom. Is that weird? No, it's not. No, it's not. Plus, you can like, I don't know the English word for it. Oh, jam. You can jam the broom into every corner and use that to clean every corner of your house. With vacuum, you have to mess about with attachments. I hate switching attachments, especially if the nozzle is dirty, so I don't have to mess about with attachments and wires and no noise pollution anymore. You just take your broom out and your dustpan and you sweep, and it's a wonderful experience, and I don't think I'm gonna go back to vacuums ever again. I also started living with these seasons. This idea of living with the seasons has been flirting with me since like last summer, but I only fully committed to it like midwinter. There was just something about forcing myself to wake up very early when it was dark and cold, when like in my bed it's so warm and cozy. There's just something about that that really did it for me, and for the rest of the day, if I woke up early, I'd just be grumpy and sleepy and fatigued. So I put a stop to that and I started waking up a little later than usual, and I loved it. My days would start later, but that was okay. Now that it's spring, I actually wake up so much earlier, and it's just like a nice little variation. Like your life changes with each season. I just think that's very fun. Something to do also with the fact that I have ADHD and I cannot maintain a consistent sleeping pattern for more than a few months, and so it aligns with living with the seasons. And it's just so nice, I think, to have different routines, different wake up times for each season. Next is I developed a deeper relationship with the weather, or would that be like Mother Nature itself? But just being more attuned with the weather. I know that a few of the things I'm saying, like fucking living with the seasons, is so unemployed behavior. I am unemployed, and so I'm having fun with it. But I used to be indifferent with the weather. These days I love letting the weather just dictate my mood and my activities for the day. I love having little variations in my day depending on the weather. I'm probably like a routine doing person. I'm probably their worst nightmare, but I love my little chaotic life. But when it's raining, if I had plans, I'm going to cancel them and I'm going to stay in and engage in some cozy activities like crocheting while watching a show, reading, journaling, all of that. And when it's cloudy out, I think cloudy is the perfect weather, and I love going on walks with Nana the dog when it is cloudy. But beyond that, just falling in love with the little like phenomena that comes with each weather. On sunny mornings, the skies exhibit this perfect shade of blue that I love the most, and I have a lovely time watching the sunspots dance around in my room at different times of day, and I love seeing the dainty white butterflies just dance around the blooming flowers. I feel a sense of nostalgia watching the kids from school just race to their homes as I once did when I was a kid, and when there are only light showers, I like to go out on a walk at night, and it is as if the rain drove everyone away so I could have a lovely peaceful time just walking alone with my umbrella and my music. And I love seeing the glow of the orange street lights just reflected on the puddles of water on the ground. Lastly, I had this idea of burning playlists onto a CD, and for you younger people that are watching this, burning onto a CD means embedding the files onto the CD. You're not actually burning the CD. Making a playlist that corresponds to a certain phase of your life, a certain season in your life, and burning that onto a CD, and probably even making like a little zine that consists of a few entries of what you liked during that season or phase. I'd love to do that if I had the equipment to actually burn CDs, but I don't, sadly. Maybe sometime soon. But as I mentioned, I developed an aversion to laptops. I really like sitting like this. Next, we're moving on to the media that I have consumed during winter. I am of course only going to be mentioning the most notable ones. I have created 3 categories. First is books, second is music, and 3 is shows or YouTube videos. I kind of just lump them all in there together. But we're going to start with books first. I want to say I am not a booktuber, a book reviewer. I'm merely a girl who wants to commune with someone about the books that she has read. But alas, I am a solitary being and I have no friends. So you're taking the brunt of that. Also, I want to say that these books are the author's works of art, and I do not want to quantify their worth by giving them a numbered or a star rating. Instead, I'm going to be talking about my experience with reading the book, what I liked or disliked about them. The first book is, I think, my favorite one. It's Bitterwater Opera by Nicolette Polek. I had already featured this in my December vignettes video, but now I had actually spent more time with the book to have a fully formed opinion of the book, because in my December vignettes video, I think I just put a little description of it in there. Essentially, this is about a girl named Gia, and she's just ended, I think, a long-term relationship and just paused her studies or job, not remembering well, at a film studies, something, but it doesn't matter if I forget because it was not about that. That's just some context. I love this one the most because the internal landscape of Gia is very similar to that of mine. There's a lot of tension between progress and stasis in this book. She knows that the only way to actually make progress is to start and build up inertia, but she's not able to, not because of physical circumstances, but more of internal or mental or emotional blocks. It's the perfect book for me. Beautiful, lush prose, plus existentialism, plus like a dream-like quality to the world that Nicolette, the author, has built. The story is told through vivid vignettes, and when I say vivid, you could easily be transported into the world inside that book. A lot of people did not like the ending of this book because, spoiler alert, it's about her finding faith. I'm not sure if it was like about God or something, but she found faith. People who experienced religious trauma like I did, yeah, they really hated that, but I personally think that you can substitute her finding faith with anything. I think if you have ADHD like me, that you will enjoy this book very much. Not that this book is written for girlies with ADHD, but I think a lot of her internal monologue ADHD girlies can resonate with. And as I said, this story is told through vignettes, so there's not a clear plot, and it's not really about the plot. It's definitely a story where not a lot happens, but there is a lot of introspection. That was Bitterwater Opera by Nicolette Polek. Next book is Welcome to the Hyunam-dong Bookshop by... Fuck, I'm so sorry, I forgot the name. Oh, okay. So it's Welcome to the hyunam-dong Bookshop by hwang. It is about a girl named Yongju who was previously married. It is about a girl named Yongju who was previously married and was a corporate girl boss. She had a high-flying career, but she left her old life behind along with the people that were involved in it. And since she loved reading and books so much as a kid, she started a bookshop in this quaint little neighborhood called hyunam-dong. I love and appreciate this book so much, and I think it was just so perfect to read it at the time that I did, which was January, at the start of the year, when everyone was scrambling, trying to be more productive and trying to do more things. And I think this book is a nice, gentle reminder for you to slow down, and it was such a perfect read for that time. I think the author's note sums this up perfectly, and I'm actually gonna read it to you. I love the author's note so much that I tore it off of the book. While I didn't plan out the plot before starting to write, I knew the atmosphere I wanted to create. I wanted to write a novel evoking the mood of Kamome Diner and Little Forest, a space we can escape to, a refuge from the intensity of daily life where we can't even pause to take a breather, a space to shelter us from the harsh criticisms whipping us to do more, to go faster, a space to snuggle comfortably for a day without something siphoning our energy, a day to replenish what's lost. A day we begin with anticipation and end with satisfaction. A day where we grow and from growth sprouts hope. A day spent having meaningful conversations with good people. Most importantly, a day where we feel good and our hearts beat strongly. I wanted to write about such a day and the people within it. You might not notice right away, but everyone in the novel is taking small steps forward, whether it is learning something new or making a change to their lives. What they're doing might be far from achieving what society deems as a success, but they're growing and changing through their consistent efforts, taking several steps away from where they started off. How others judge where they stand, be it high or low, good or bad, doesn't matter to them. The fact that they've progressed and are happy where they are is sufficient. The yardstick to measure one's life lies within oneself, and that's good enough. Even if it's not every day or often, there are moments in life where we come to think that's good enough. In that moment, all the anxiety and worries melt away, leaving us with the realization that we've done our best to get to where we are. We're satisfied and proud of ourselves. If hyunam-dong bookshop is an accumulation of such moments in life, I hope that many more people can create a similar space for themselves. To you who are spending the day there, I'm here rooting for you. That is so nice. So the overarching theme of this book is learning to have a gentler approach on living and being kinder to yourself. The chapters are guised as stories about different people's lives, all of course involved in the hyunam-dong bookshop, but within these chapters are veiled lessons corresponding to the overarching theme. And I just loved it so much, especially reading it at the start of the year. Next is A Spy in the House of Love by Anaïs. I adore her writing so much. It is so beautiful. It is so truthful, and truth is often dark, scary, hurtful. But she writes it with this delicateness. But the text was so dense, and in a good way. So it's very mentally fatiguing. I could only do so much as to chip away at it bit by bit. And so this little book, it like consists of 128 pages or something, this little book. I spent the entirety of winter delighting in the reading experience. Because when you're trying to finish a book, it's like, oh, when will this end? No, it wasn't like that at all. So 3 months to read such a short book, but it was a great experience. It is essentially about an actress named Sabina, and an actress not just professionally, but of life, if you will. She's married to Alan, who she sees of as her rock, her safe haven, a source of comfort, but she has affairs with tons of different men of different backgrounds, and we follow her as she spends time with these men, and as well when she goes back to Alan. Guilt being the thing that controls her actions and demands this need, the urgency to always stay alert and conceal her other loves. I don't think I could do a well enough job with my limited diction to describe the premises of this book and just how much I adore it. There's this excerpt from a review from Storygraph. It says, "A tapestry so reflective you can sometimes see traces of your own self in it, and other times you can barely recognize the sight." I really like that. It is part of a series called Cities of the Interior, and I did not know that when I picked this book up. I'm excited to pick up all the other books in the series. I think A Spy in the House of Love lives up to the name of the series, which is Cities of the Interior, because it really gives us a good glimpse, a peek into the internal landscape and complexities of a woman's mind that dictates her actions, why she is the way that she is. That is all for books. It's getting dark, so I turned the little lamp in front of me over there. We're moving on to music. I'm not the type of person to find new music very often. I just find a few songs, maybe an album, to hyper fixate on for the next few months until I get sick of them. But for winter, I really loved this album. It's by Dum Gugu. You know, Apple algorithm is usually shit, but they recommended this album to me, and I think they ate when they did that. It's this album that feels like you're in a cafe. It's raining outside, so you've escaped the rain by going inside a cafe, and there's this band. They're performing live in there. It's just raining and there's thunderstorms inside, and you're there listening to their music, and the environment is warm and cozy inside because you literally hear thunder and rain in the background of their music. I love it so very much. It's a perfect album to just play in the background while I am journaling, reading. It's that type of music where you don't get easily distracted by, and I continue to listen to it even in spring, early spring. Next, GNX by Kendrick Lamar came out, I think in November, and I listened to it all winter. I hyper fixated on it. My favorite song, of course, from there is Heart Part 6. You're telling me Schoolboy Q did not rap? Then we wouldn't have gotten John Muir, or however the fuck that's pronounced. I also really like Reincarnated. I also really like Hey Now. I also really like Luther. Everybody's streaming Luther. What's the first song as well? Whacked Out Murals. And Dodger Blue. Oh my god, Dodger Blue is such a good song to play in the car while traveling at night. Okay, let's move on to the next albums. Forever Live Sessions by Men I Trust. I'm late to the Man I Trust. I just adopted this cat. His name is Clementine, and now he's gonna sleep right in front of me. One thing about Clementine is he loves being near me. You sleep there. You want to say something? Smelling the mic. I am late to the Man I Trust party, but I'm glad I'm here now. Are they just gonna keep doing that? Yeah, perfect to listen to as well when I'm journaling or reading. And I also added a few songs from The Poles to my library. The Poles and Wave to Earth, they have the same main vocalist. Ouch! I have not clipped your nails yet, so please. I especially like Vancouver 23 because the lyrics say something like, because I'm too broken to create something and I just want to take a breath while I'm in front of the ocean. And I think that's true. When you're depressed, even if creation is like your main purpose in life, when you're depressed, you really can't fucking just create your way out of it. I think you just need time to pass by and take a breath, just rest. It's fine. It's all gonna be okay. A few random songs: Escape by Kaide, For Lovers by Lam, Yume Tsutsu by Lam, and Fairycaster by Shin In-ryu. That's my winter playlist. Next is like TV shows or YouTube videos. My cat is playing with my hair. There's this video by Alicia Renee the artist on YouTube, and I think she has so many great insights about time and creation. I'm not even sure if I'm remembering it right. I just remember being like my jaw dropping the whole video. So many great insights. And then Nathan Snook's book wrap up for 2024. I bought Alpha Diaries by Sheila Heti, Bibliophobia by Sarah Chihaya, because when he mentioned them, it piqued my interest. Oh, as well as The Hearing Test by Eliza Barry Callahan, which I'm reading right now, and I really love that book. It's very nice to have people to look to that you know have similar taste with books as you. Mine are Grandpa's Book Club and Nathan Snook, and who else? I think Bibliosophie as well. I think those are the main people that I look to for book recommendations. Next is, oh, this video. I love this video so much. It's Writing and Painting in Rural France by Claire McGorry. I love everything about that video. I think I've rewatched it 3 times already. And oh, actually, there are no shows here. Did I not enjoy any shows in winter? I think I just forgot to list them. Oh, okay. I have one. I think this is the only show I'm gonna mention. It's Trauma Code. It's a K-drama. It consists of 8 episodes. It's on Netflix. And it was so fucking funny. I've added it as a part of my comfort shows I love to rewatch and just play as background noise. Next are 2 YouTube videos. Curtis Connors trying influencer food for a week straight. Literally just ate those, like, whatever the name of the Mr. Beast, Lunchly. He just ate that for a week straight and other influencer food, and he only drank like influencer drinks, Logan Paul's drink, Prime Energy, and he never drank water. He just drank the Prime for a week straight, and it was so funny. And next is we finally get another installment from the I'm Blank from Danny Gonzalez, and it's about my favorite childhood series, High School Musical, and it was so funny. Another one for shows, and I'm only mentioning this not because it was great, but I think what I did was so shocking and appalling and apart from my normal behavior. But I binge watched season 2 of Hello Kitty. No, what's it called? Exo Kitty. Hello Kitty. I binge watched the whole season 2 of Exo Kitty in one sitting. I sat there and I ate dinner and I was like, what the heck? Let's watch it. I enjoyed season 1 because it was so cringy and littered with K-pop songs that were very random and irrelevant to the situation. But I enjoyed it. I actually did enjoy it. It's like my guilty pleasure. And so I sat there and I watched season 2, and I never stopped sitting there and watching season 2 until it was like 2 a.m. and I finished the whole damn season. Why is it so bad but so addicting? Is this how people feel about drugs? Anyway, that's it for winter. My winter notes and my winter media recap. Now about the transition to spring. If you have watched my previous videos, a returning viewer, you would know that this is not how my room used to look like. I did a big change for spring. I just felt like I was outgrowing that layout of the room. Yeah, the vibe that space created. I feel like it was a different me who created that room, and although I've posted that video of like new additions to my room only in January, that was actually filmed in like October, and the other installments in my room happened way before that. Yeah, so I did a huge change. I rearranged my furniture to form a more open room and also to cater to my plants, and I did a lot of decluttering, and I just threw away so much shit. And it just made me more conscious of what I buy. I'm not an overconsumption girly in any way, but even with the amount of things that I buy, and it's very little compared to other people, especially on social media, I still got kind of disappointed that I wasn't conscious of my actions while buying these items, and I'll try to buy things that I really need and I'm actually going to use. I actually tried to film this video once already, but I accidentally deleted it all. So I make a mood board in the original video, and I had already created and filmed that mood board, and I was like, no way I'm making this again. I made that mood board in my journal, but I actually think that it would be a good idea to make it put it on like an A4 paper and just stick it onto the wall so that I could actually see it and not it being just tucked away in my journal. So we're we're going to make a mood board and talk about the things that I want for spring. Not just like material, but the things that I want to happen, the things that I want to do in spring. I have my little prints that I'm going to cut out. And then I have the paper I'm going to put it on. Here's my reference. It is so... Here. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. And I'm excited to make another one. Anyway, I said we were going to be talking about my want list. Let's call it a want list. What I want to do or what I want to buy for spring. Okay, so I want to spend more time reading books. I had this experience just yesterday. But before that I was like, how the fuck do these people read like so much books? How the fuck do they finish books that quickly? Until I actually sat down yesterday and like read for like 2 hours each sitting, because I did it at night and I did it in the morning and I also did it in the evening. That's how they basically read for long periods of time, and I'm the type of person who can't sit still. But I think I'm healing. It's not just because of my ADHD, it's definitely because my attention span is shot. But I think I'm healing. I just cancelled my subscription on Netflix. I'm trying not to just have like background noise of a show when I'm doing things, and I'm trying to get more comfortable with silence. And so now I actually sit down and read more and actually dedicate windows of time to read my books, to make a substantial amount of progress with the books that I'm reading. So yes, I want to do that more. I want to spend more time reading books in spring. And then I want a typewriter. As I said, I developed an aversion to laptops and I want a typewriter. I really want a typewriter. I just feel like the tactile aspect of it would just really satisfy me. So I want a typewriter. I want more blue things. I'm switching out of the obsession with olive green and I'm going towards blue, pastel blue, periwinkle. And then I'm also loving the natural finish of wood, and I want more plants. I have my orchids, but I want to get philodendrons. I want some, what do you call them? Turtle vines? No? And then I want to continue improving my room. One thing about me is I will have one day where I'm just so fed up with the way that my room looks, and I basically like rearrange my furniture and do a lot of cleaning and organizing just one day, and then I'm tired, and then I don't do anything about my room for like a month, and then I start making improvements again. I want it to be a slower process so I don't like tire easily. My room is far from done. I just rearranged the furniture and put up some posters and reorganized some items, but it is far from done. And I want to really stick to it until the vision is complete. Lastly, what's this? Oh, I said get employed, lol. I wanted to become a barista for a while now, but it's spring, and although it's not that hot in other countries, it is very hot in the Philippines, and this is also fucking like privileged. But I was like, oh, I have sensory issues and I don't want to be working in the cafe like sweating all day, and I have the option not to work. So that's the end of that. I'm not really rushing to get a job, but I think that would just give some structure to my life if I did have a job. Yes, I want to get employed this spring or summer. I'm definitely doing this even if I have not finished filming the last part before it gets even darker out, but this is my outro. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I don't think I even introduced myself in the beginning, but I'm Anaïs Angelique Nin, and I'm signing out. Happy spring, everyone.